like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
In today's video, we're going to talk about what happened in Are You Sure? Episode 5. A place where the smallest, almost invisible moments end up speaking the loudest. Have you ever found yourself smiling without realizing it, simply because of a simple gesture that wasn't meant to be seen by anyone? Not a dramatic hug that invites cheers, not a love confession spoken in front of the camera, but something so small, yet somehow it reaches the softest part of the heart. That is exactly the kind of feeling that comes alive in this episode of Are You Sure? In this episode, we are once again invited to witness the togetherness of Jimin and Jungkook. At first glance, everything feels light, relaxed, almost ordinary. There is no major event that changes everything. No carefully designed conflict or dramatic climax. And yet, that is precisely where its strength lies. Because often, the most honest form of romance doesn't appear in grand scenes, but hides within small habits that only form when someone's presence has long felt like home. This episode feels warm, slowly unfolding, and leaves behind a feeling that's difficult to put into words, almost as if we're peeking into fragments of life that don't need to be explained out loud. There is one small moment that, without warning, makes anyone watching smile softly. Not simply because it's cute, but because of the warmth that quietly slips into the chest. On the surface, the clip looks simple. Without context, someone might think Jimin is just looking for a small lost item. A phone tucked between pillows, clothes left in the corner of the bed, or something trivial. But the truth is far sweeter than that. What he's actually looking for isn't an object at all, but a person. A real, living presence standing 178 centimeters tall, who somehow manages to disappear from Jimin's line of sight. There's something incredibly endearing about the way Jimin moves his hands, gently shifting the fabric aside with a serious yet tender expression. As if the world suddenly narrows down to one simple goal, making sure Jungkook is there. And then comes the funniest, yet quietly most romantic part. Jimin checks again. Still empty. In that small movement, there's an unspoken question tucked inside it. Where did you go? Why aren't you here? It isn't acting. It isn't planned. It's an honest reflex born from habit, from the fact that Jungkook's presence has become something that is simply expected to be there. So natural, so intimate, that anyone who sees it can't help but smile unconsciously, followed by a soft sigh they can't quite explain. That's where the true beauty of this moment lives. There's no grand confession. No sweet words spoken out loud. Just a simple habit that grows from a closeness too real to be staged. Their presence in each other's lives has become a necessity, something that, even when missing for just a moment, immediately feels strange, feels wrong, and needs to be searched for. This episode gently reminds us that romance doesn't always come in the form we imagine. It doesn't always arrive with dramatic background music or long, promise-filled gazes. Sometimes, romance hides in the smallest details, in hands that move instinctively, in eyes that want to make sure, and in the habit of checking twice. Because the heart, without realizing it, isn't ready to feel alone, not even for a second. Nothing about their togetherness feels forced. There is no hidden script. What we see is simply Jimin and Jungkook, two people who are genuinely comfortable being themselves when they're together. Their sincerity flows naturally, like breathing without effort. The way they laugh, look at each other, and share space feels warm, light, yet deeply meaningful. Their happiness isn't exaggerated, it's real. Their bond isn't only expressed through touch or physical closeness, but through small things that are often overlooked. The way their voices soften without realizing it, playful jokes that always end in laughter, and smiles that appear more easily when they're in the same space. There is a sense of safety there, a feeling of being fully accepted without needing to explain anything. One of the most endearing things about Jikook is how their affection flows through simple words. No long sentences. No dramatic confessions. Just casual calls and familiar tones that may sound ordinary to others, yet carry an entire world of warmth, intimacy, and joy. Words like these can only come from genuine closeness, from a relationship that has weathered many moments without needing to announce itself. Watching Jikook together always leaves behind a feeling that's hard to describe, like witnessing two people who have quietly found home in each other. Not perfect, not excessive, just warm, sincere, and alive. Perhaps that's what makes them so special. Their affection doesn't try to look big, because in its simplicity, it already feels incredibly deep. At a promotional event, Jimin opened the session with a bright smile and a warm energy that could be felt from the very first second. He greeted everyone kindly and shared how happy he was to reconnect with viewers through the second season of Are You Sure? His words didn't sound formal or stiff. Instead, they were enthusiastic, honest, and full of gratitude. He explained that this season once again follows his journey with Jungkook, the same friendship, but with a completely different story. For Jimin, the show isn't about the destination, but about the experiences, emotions, and feelings that grow along the way. Jungkook then introduced himself in his calm, relaxed tone, announcing that Are You Sure? Season 2 would premiere on Disney Plus on December 3rd. There was no effort to make it sound grand. His words were simple, as if he wanted viewers to truly feel the meaning behind the journey rather than just hear an announcement. The Q&A session felt like a light-hearted conversation filled with laughter. Jimin joked that viewers could enjoy Jungkook's body, which Jungkook casually replied to by saying that Jimin's body was just as attractive. The exchange felt spontaneous and effortless, once again showing a chemistry that never feels forced, just familiar. When talking about changes in habits, Jungkook admitted that traveling made him sleepier and wake up earlier. Jimin immediately teased him by calling him Cinderella, creating a moment that felt warm and natural. For destination recommendations, Jungkook chose Zermatt and the Matterhorn, while Jimin recommended Hoi, especially the sunset he's long wanted to see. As the event came to an end, both of them thanked viewers for their support and once again invited everyone to watch Are You Sure? They said goodbye with warm smiles, leaving behind an impression of closeness that felt real, not just for the camera. Outside of the show, Jimin continues to shine in the beauty world as the global ambassador for Later, radiating an elegance that's impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, Jungkook captured attention with his debut alongside Elle Korea and Chanel Beauty, carrying a quiet yet powerful charisma. Two different stages. Two equally bright lights. And perhaps that's where their beauty truly lies. They don't have to stand in the same place to keep walking side by side. In silence, in distance, even on different paths, their bond remains alive, warm, sincere, and constant. Their light may shine from different directions, but the rhythm is always in sync.